Hello, traders. It is April 1st, and we're about 4 hours into the session. Market does not look so good today. Let's see what's going on. We've got this steady decline from the high yesterday. You can see how we rallied up one, two tests at the high, and then this steep selling. Yesterday, I had done my video somewhere in this range right here. I had mentioned because of this heavy selling, we could expect some bounces, but if this low goes, we're going to see selling into the close. That's exactly what happened. This little bounce that was recorded when I did my video yesterday, I said it's probably not going to go anywhere because this was some pretty heavy action right here. But we can't short until we get that breakdown below that support. Came very late in the day, so there was a little bit of a shorting opportunity. But more importantly, you can see the steady downtrend that we had from the midpoint of the trading session yesterday and then overnight follow through. Now, if you've been reading my daily comments, then you know that I've been looking for a reprieve over the course of the last 2 weeks. I figured the selling pressure would start to subside. We would at least establish a support level, and we did. That was the low a week ago Monday. And then the market rallied off of that low. But you'll also know that I've been saying this is not going to be a V bottom. This is going to be a process. This is going to take a long time for us to resolve this. The first step is that we need to get through the spread of the coronavirus, and that good news is probably 10 days away. That's when we could start to see the new cases in coronavirus peak, and then finally there will be light at the end of the tunnel, and gradually we'll be able to see the coronavirus run its course, probably by late April, early May. Then we're going to actually start working on the reparations, seeing if we can get the economy kickstarted, get people back to work. So between now and then, we have this bounce. We had some buyers in here. Buyers know there were people in here nibbling, nibbling, nibbling. That was a good sign. Very, very huge sell off, very steep sell off. Tells us that there will be aftershocks. There will be tests, perhaps even of the low around that 218 level. So we can expect more weakness as the dire news keeps coming out. This is only going to get worse over the course of the next week to 10 days. And we had some economic releases come out this week. They were not nearly as bad as what I think they really are. So the news is still kind of catching up, and a lot of the statistics are backward looking. So unemployment report Friday could be disastrous, but it will be grossly understated. I believe that we're going to see about 50 million people unemployed in the course of the month. So all you have to do is look at the stores, look at the streets, look at the parking lots. Everybody's home. That's what we're supposed to be doing. So we're going to have some really, really bad numbers coming up. KR has just breached a support line, so we might as well take a look at that. And I'm going to show you a few day trades that I like. I'm going to show you a couple of overnights that I think you can take. KR has been a very, very strong stock, and this is one that I wanted to see. I drew a downward sloping trend line on this. Here's how we day trade these stocks. When we see something that we really like, we want to make sure that when it does finally take off, we're able to be notified. So what I would do in a case like this is I would draw a downward sloping trend line right like that. So when the stock finally pokes out above it, I'm going to know, and I can continue to look for other opportunities while the stock is doing its own thing. I think this probably will be a good long for later in the day. Let's take a look at that daily chart. Excuse me, you can see how it's bounced off the 100-day moving average. Grocery stores are still open. People are not eating in restaurants. That means they still need food. They're going to buy food in grocery stores, and they will end up picking up the slack. So it could be very good times for grocery stores. We're seeing a rally in Walmart, same type of thing. Even some of the dollar stores, they sell food as well, so those stocks have done well. So I think that KR sets up quite nicely for an overnight swing long position. Just be careful that when the market does finally recover and the economy recovers, I'm not looking at this as a long-term long position. There is a flight to safety in these names. So when you have the whole market falling apart, investors are going to look for safe havens where they can park their money. So KR is benefiting from that. But as soon as we start to see some rotation within the market, i.e., a big market rally, you're going to see selling in stocks like these as the money rotates out of the safety stocks and into something a little bit more speculative that has greater upside. But for right here, right now, given that I feel the market may have a few more down days in here, I think that KR is probably a nice name that you can be in. Going to give you another stock that's been coming up on the searches for a overnight swing position. I like TMUS. The Sprint deal is going to go through. You can see this big sell-off here, and look at that long candle. Long tails under body. Stock has been able to grind higher. Let's put that SPY chart up so you can see. Market's pulling back here, the gray line. Stock is grinding higher. That 100-day moving average would be a nice stop out point for a long position if you did buy it. The options are horrible. They're 20 cents bid offered at $1.50, that kind of market. So don't trade the options. Buy the stock. Telecom stock, going to acquire Sprint. They're going to be a major, major player. Lots of people using cell phones right now to keep in touch with each other. So I think T-Mobile, very, very nice. This would be a stock that I believe you can buy and hold overnight today. And it's got really nice relative strength today, so that if we do get a market bounce later in the day, this stock should participate. I am currently long that stock right now, and I'm long it at 84.90, and it currently, it just took out my 85.60 limit order. Yes, it did. So I already took profits on that. So that's what we're doing is we're entering stocks, we're setting targets, letting the stock run up to our target, taking profits, getting back into a cash position. This is a nasty little decline today. This is what I would characterize as a likely bearish trend day. We're getting a little bit of a bounce here. We're about 2 hours before the close. This bounce will probably fail. We'll take out the low of the day, and I don't think that we're going to see a meaningful bounce until probably the last half hour of trading. But you can see you're going to have some little mini bounces along the way, and this looks like, oh, wow, this looks great. This should really unfold and be nice. No, this is probably going to be a fade. Well, how do I know when to short it? Well, first of all, the 1OP indicator has crested and it's rolling over, so that's a warning sign. But you would draw an upward sloping trend line, click the alert line, click on that bar, click on that bar. There's your upward sloping trend line, and you want to make sure that that line is violated. Then you can start shorting. So I do believe we're going to see a little bit more selling. I'm not going to be shorting in here. I'll look to see if there's a play in the last half hour or 45 minutes of trading where I can day trade from the long side, looking for a tiny little bounce into the close. That's how I'm going to play it. I'm going to be looking at some of the stocks that I'm going to outline for you. So other stocks that I like, and we're going to keep this chart up so we can see what's going on in the background. These have all come up on our searches throughout the course of the day. DPZ, I really like it. If you think about Domino's business model, they do almost all carry out and delivery business. Well, they're going to be going gangbusters. People will be buying pizza, having them deliver it. So this lockdown is not going to hurt their business model at all. If anything, it'll probably help it. So I like DPZ. I think that's a really nice one. PZZA has also been moving higher on the same notion. And I'm not sure what percentage of Papa John's carry-out business comprises their overall revenues. Domino's, I know it's almost all carry-out business. So I like DPZ a little bit better for that reason. ZS has had a very strong day. You can see how that stock has been able to bounce. Way before the market found support, it was starting to rally in here already. So it's had a strong day. Take a look at that daily chart. It's got that 200-day moving average that you can lean on. Can I sell a bullish put spread below that $58 strike price? Yeah, I think you probably could. I mean, it's been able to hold that level very nicely, but let's see if we get rewarded for it, and let's see if the options are decent. So I'm going to go to the April 17s. We're going to look at those 57, maybe 50. This is a one standard deviation move, the red dot. So yeah, ideally you'd like to be below that red line if you can. And we'll take a look at where that 200 or the 200-day moving average comes in, and that is right around 58.74. So at least have to be below that. So the 58, 57.50, we'll click on that. We'll click on that. You can see it is a minus. Here goes another alert. That's what happens when you set alerts. You don't even have to look for the trade. They just are delivered to you as those alerts trigger. So the 58, 57, 50, I would need to be able to get a dime for that. And just looking at the market on it, it's offered at 30 cents. So actually minus a nickel bid, which doesn't make any sense. But you probably could squeeze a dime out of that. And, in this particular instance, you've got still a week and 2 days before expiration. I don't like it. I'd need to get a better return than that and be able to get farther away from the money than that to be able to do this spread. So it is nice though. The stock is breaking out to a new relative high, so it's got strength. I would definitely day trade it from the long side. DOCU has been another one that I've traded a couple times today. Really nice strength getting through horizontal resistance here. That's been another nice one coming up on the searches. So when you have the market pulling back, pulling back, pulling back like this, and you have the stock compressing, 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 eventually when the market finds any kind of support, whoosh, that's what we wait for. That's what we look for. You got to be super patient. You got to get through these periods. If you're a little bit early on the trade, that's okay. And what you're looking for is this kind of sell-off right in here. And look at this culmination right here in the market decline, this gray line. It's an SPY overlay. Look at what the stock does, especially in the tail end of the sell-off right in here. Flat. That's a really good sign. You can start buying in here. You keep your stop super, super tight right in here, just in case the market doesn't stall there and it keeps going down. You got your stop right there. You've got very limited downside risk with really nice upside in it. So in this particular instance, you're long somewhere in the 92 level. And look, it's already up $1.50 from that price level, just with a little bit of a bounce in the market. So these are the types of setups that we're looking for. So I like on a day trading basis, I like ZS, I like DPZ, I like DOCU. I think those are all nice. You could be looking for these stocks later in the day. We need to have that new low on the market. Wait as long as you possibly can. Like I said, I don't think we're going to see a rally today or a bounce until the last half hour of trading. I would not hold these overnight. TMUS, I believe you can hold overnight if you've got some staying power. Expect that the market is going to come in for a couple of more days. Really, really heavy news cycle coming up right now with the unemployment report and the coronavirus spreading. The death toll is going to start to increase. I believe there was a news item today that part of a new Chinese province was in lockdown, so that would not be good. I'll have to investigate that after the market close. But overall, I am looking for this low to hold. We grind, grind, grind lower. Maybe takes us a week, maybe takes us 10 days, but then the news starts to improve. And anything that I can get long around this 225 area, I am going to be selling naked puts on really strong stocks. I want to take advantage of that high option implied volatility, and I want to be 30% out of the money on these puts. So the stock has to get pummeled for us to run any risk. And I'm finding the best companies. I'm going to be producing my weekly swing trading video tonight. Those are exactly the types of setups that I'm looking for. We've been selling puts for the last 2.5 weeks. Those positions are just in unbelievable shape right now. And now we're down to about 2 weeks left till expiration. Most of those stocks, given this market bounce, would have to lose almost 50% of their value for us to run assignment risk. If we do get assigned, great, bring it on. I'll buy those stocks at that price, no problem. Those are the types of setups that I'm currently looking for. So try and hold off on any buys until very late in the day today for your day trading. I've given you 4 stocks that I think will perform really well into the close. I had another one actually that was looking pretty good. I'll highlight that one too. VIPS was actually looking pretty good earlier in the day also. Oh yeah, look at that. Another beautiful compression. You can see that compress, compress, boom, release. Hadn't even looked at that one in another half hour. So VIPS, I think, is another one that you can look at. It's got really good relative strength today. JD was another really good one. Take a look at that. Yeah, there you go. There's your compression right there. Look at that rally, rally, rally. And I would like to see a little bit better on this market rally right in here. I'd like to see the stock follow through. But given another hour or so, market pullback, stock is able to still maintain this level, and then you get the closing rally. This is a type of stock that could take off. So I like JD. I think that's going to be a good one also. It had that early strength today. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel and turn on your notifications so that you never miss one of these videos. We've got some more weakness coming ahead, folks, so don't get aggressive with your longs. Try and sell out of the money put premium. Take advantage of that really high IV. Distance yourself from the action. Let time work its magic. I believe that we put in a market low probably in the next 7 to 10 days that lasts for a number of months. Thank you. Have a good day. Good luck with your trades.
Thank you for watching this YouTube video. I'm Pete Stolzers, and I'm going to keep the trade ideas coming along with lots of education, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and please turn on your notifications so that you never miss another trade. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. I've loaded 2 other videos that I think you're really going to enjoy. Stay tuned. We'll see you soon.